The Ghana High Commission UK and Republic of Ireland hosted a reception to celebrate Ghana's 59th independence anniversary in London on the 7th of March 2016. The reception held at the offices of the Ghana High Commission at Belgrave Square, London, brought together a cross-section of Ghanaians, members of the diplomatic community, representatives from the British government and Her Majesty's Court, as well as investors and friends of Ghana. Present to welcome the invited guests at the reception was the Ghana High Commissioner to UK and the Republic of Ireland, His Excellency Victor Emmanuel Smith, his wife and sectional heads from the mission. The MC for the occasion was Ms. Zuwaira Mohammed Ibrahima, Head of Information at the mission. The national anthems of Ghana and the UK were played, after which His Excellency Victor Emmanuel Smith gave an anniversary speech to the gathering.
Ghana has come a long way since that memorable first Wednesday of March 1957, when we gave hope and pride to millions of African and colonized peoples across the globe, as our first leader, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, declared Ghana free forever. Our journey as an independent country has not always been smooth sailing. We have gone through our highs and our lows, but through it all, we have not lost our resolve to overcome our difficulties and challenges and to realize the great promise that Ghana has always represented. As we mark this 59th anniversary of our independence, I am happy to note that we are also preparing to hold our next general elections in November this year. This would be the 7th such elections we have held since 1992, when we decided as a country to build a future based on democracy, the rule of law, and respect for the rights and freedoms of every Ghanaian. I wish to acknowledge that in this journey, we have enjoyed the continued support of many of you, our friends and our partners. Today, Ghana is ranked among the freest countries, not only in Africa, but in the world. A claim you can attest to if you were in Ghana or had the opportunity to leaf through the pages of our numerous newspapers or listen to the robust discussions of national issues on any of our diverse independent FM and TV stations. We look forward to yet another round of peaceful, free, fair, credible, and transparent elections this November. And we are confident of your continued support and goodwill as we work to consolidate our democratic achievements. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have chosen as a theme for this year's anniversary, investing in the youth for Ghana's transformation. Like many countries today, Ghana is a very youthful country, with over 55% of our citizens in the age bracket up to 35 years. Hence, prioritizing investment in our youth is a natural, responsible thing to do as a nation and as a government. In line with this objective, we have directed more and more public investment to the educational sector, expanding and upgrading our public educational infrastructure. We are also making appropriate reforms to our educational curriculum to expand access, options, and opportunities for technical and vocational education in order to prepare our youth for the world of work and entrepreneurship. Through the Council for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, otherwise known as COVID, and the Skills Development Fund, government has embarked on a program to retool our polytechnics and progressively upgrade them to technical universities, at the same time providing technical and financial assistance for non-academic skills development and vocational training. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our government under President John Dramani Mahama is pursuing a coordinated program for our country based on 4 basic pillars: putting people first, building a strong and resilient economy, expanding infrastructure and inclusive growth, and job creation, maintaining transparent and accountable governance. This coordinated program sets the context for policies and programs to be implemented from 2014 to 2020 towards the achievement of our long-term vision of becoming an upper middle income country and ultimately a high income one. It is intended to inform the entire country as well as the international community of the enabling environment that government is providing for the overall development of our country. It also takes into account Ghana's international commitments and the promotion of regional economic integration as part of our broader strategy to strengthen good neighborliness and promote our economic interests abroad. The government is creating the necessary fiscal space for increased investment in key priority sectors while ensuring that the dividends of growth benefit all Ghanaians, irrespective of gender, location, socioeconomic, and physical status. This, it is envisaged, will serve as the basis for the accelerated transformation of our economy. Last year, at our 58th National Day celebration, I mentioned that Ghana was confronted with severe challenges in its capacity to meet the growing demand for electricity from industry, business, and households. I also mentioned that this was a matter of utmost importance and urgency to our President, John Mahama, and that he had pledged to do all in his power to address this problem and avert any looming crisis. I am happy to report that the looming crisis has indeed been averted, and that the problem of incessant power interruptions, power rationing, and blackouts is no longer a part of our everyday experience. The President and his administration remain determined and are continuing to make the necessary investments and implementing measures to ensure that the situation I described last year becomes a thing of the past. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Ghana's positive record as a pioneer in the struggle for Africa's liberation, integration, and unity cannot be overemphasized, and we continue to believe in the continent's capacity to achieve the African dream. It is for these reasons, among others, that our government has decided to nominate one of the finest diplomats and committed Pan-Africanist, Ambassador Kwesi Korte, as Ghana's candidate for the post of Deputy Chair of the African Union Commission. We hope we can continue to count on the support from especially our African brothers and sisters for the candidature of Ambassador Korte, who is currently Secretary to the President and who has been a Deputy High Commissioner in London, our Ambassador in Ethiopia and Permanent Representative to the African Union, and Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs. We also wish to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to all of you for the support you offered Ghana's Auditor General as the auditor for the IMO. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in the international arena, Ghana continues to play important and constructive roles at the United Nations, African Union, ECOWAS, and other international organizations. During Ghana's chairmanship of ECOWAS, we brokered peace agreements in the region, including political settlements in Nigeria, Burkina Faso, and Togo. Ghana also raised international awareness and secured international support to address the threat of terrorism posed by Boko Haram in the region. The UN Secretary General commended Ghana for our role in ending the dreaded Ebola pandemic, and I'm happy to also announce the recent recognition given our President by the Secretary General by appointing him and the Prime Minister of Norway to co-chair the Committee of Eminent Persons to help promote action to achieve the UN SDGs. We are grateful for the honor done our President. On bilateral matters, the United Kingdom has been a great partner of Ghana's at various levels, including at the multilateral, and we remain very grateful for the friendship, for the support, for the partnership that have characterized relations between our two countries over the course of our history. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to express appreciation to the Ghanaian community in the United Kingdom and Ireland for the various forms of assistance they give so generously to their families and communities back home, all of which go to complement and supplement government's efforts to create conditions for Ghanaians to enjoy a dignified standard of living. We hope to engage with you more in the coming year and address your concerns and grievances. On this note, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I invite you to raise your glasses to an enhanced Ghana-UK relations and peace and prosperity in Ghana and UK. Thank you very much.
Remember from my own 59th birthday, which wasn't so long ago.
After the speech of the High Commissioner, a short speech was then given by the Marshal of the Diplomatic Corps.
And throughout at the time of its independence, Ghana has played a great role on the international stage, and a very positive role on the international stage at the United Nations level, of course, including with the Ghanaian being Secretary General, a very distinguished Secretary General, the continental level, the Africa Union, and the sub-regional level, and Ghana has played a great part in the stability of West Africa. And it's partly due to the efforts of countries like Ghana that Africa now is the fastest growing continent in the world and has such a promising future, because of course that is the thing we most will look forward to on the occasion of the Diamond Jubilee, the future, and the future of the young people of Africa and of Ghana. Victor said some very kind remarks about the relationship between our two countries. It has always been a strong one, a frank one as between friends, and I believe that it will go from strength to strength in the future. But could I ask you all to raise your glasses to the health and happiness of all the people of Ghana, and above all to the health of President Mahama, the President.
The independence celebrations in London ended in high spirits, with all present proud to be associated and wishing the best for Ghana socially, politically, and economically.
We can lift our heads high up and know that there are better things for Ghana in the immediate future, particularly with the impending elections. We are believing that God will continue to sustain this great nation with the right kind of leadership that will take us forward into the next decade.
What we all need as a country, we don't need to fight each other. We are brothers and sisters. It's just that we belong to different political parties. We all want the better Ghana to be good or better. The only difference is that we all adopt a different approach to dealing with the issues of the nation. And so we all are seeking the same thing, the same results. Ghana going forward, Ghana progressing, Ghana developing. That is the aim of every political party and every Ghanaian. So there's no fight, really. So we should all conduct ourselves in a manner that would promote the peace of the land. We speak peace, but we don't practice peace. I think peace must be seen in our action rather than what we say. So I'll urge my fellow Ghanaians that let us all avoid unnecessary confrontations, unnecessary, bickering and fighting, and let us stick to the issues. Let us deal with the issues the way they need to be dealt with, and let us all go to the elections at the back of our mind that Ghana is paramount. Ghana is supreme. Without Ghana, there is no political party. So we have to preserve Ghana, and we'll preserve ourselves.
Like we all know, Ghana was the first country in sub-Saharan Africa to achieve political independence. And I have no doubt that very soon, Ghana will be the first country again to achieve economic independence. So let us all go or put our effort behind the president and the government of Ghana, put all our hands on deck, and help make Ghana a great economic power.
These are sort of landmarks when we have to reflect and consider where we've been and where we're going. At the end of the day, we were the leaders in terms of independence. But as my colleague said, it will be useful and maybe helpful if Ghanaians can start thinking about how we can work together in symphony with each other rather than finding reasons to divide ourselves. On this note, I'd like to wish Ghanaians the best for the years ahead.
My name is Patrick Doyle, Chief Executive of IDS, and I would like to wish Ghana a happy 59th birthday.
Yes, I would like to congratulate Ghana on their 59th birthday.
Oman Ghana for Quatintin, Nebum, Abato Abbey, Yaya Coin Cotobianim, said BBNC, a better Bible call. There was a one on the Beman, Yana Ghana for the best soon.
We congratulate the government and peoples of Ghana
on their 59th anniversary, and we hope that Ghana will continue to grow from strength to strength as it is about to achieve its 60th birthday. Ghana has always been very important for Namibia as a country that gained its independence later on. So we have learned a lot from Ghana, and we hope to continue to do Africa good. Thank you.
I want to wish Ghanaians happy 59th independence. From what Haiti has said, we're going to progress. Ghana is progressing, and we look forward to celebrate the 60th independence.
Ghana was a pioneer for independence for African countries, and we are proud of this great achievement by Ghana. Yesterday, my own president, the president of Kenya, was the chief guest at the national celebrations in Accra. And so it is my privilege again to join High Commissioner Smith in celebrating this important occasion. We congratulate all Ghanaians. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Jarashado, and from the Ghanaian Muslim community, and we wish Ghana all the best, and we hope that there will be unity, cooperation, and maturity in the coming election, and also the development of the country. We pray that we have a development plan that goes from government to government, which will ensure progress in the country.
Obviously, a day like this is a time to reflect on our achievement and our gains, and most importantly, where we are going from today. We are hoping that the next 59 years, Ghana will be a better place than what we found it. We are all working together, and it's joy to see Ghanaians in celebration mood. But most importantly, let's think about what are we leaving behind for our future generations.
Even though it's a day to celebrate, it's also a day to actually reflect on the things that we've achieved and haven't achieved and can learn from. So my message to the politicians back at home is to come together and work for the good of the country and not to pursue a particular ideology or to pursue some sort of a journey or embark on a journey for themselves. I want them to work together for the common good of the country.
We are a young nation yet, and we're getting there, we'll get there. So congratulations. Afi Shapa, Afi Ayanebani Nawo. What you go, what you be now? What's the Africa Chewo? Anake what the Moshojuba, Chano Manyaba.
We cannot live abroad in perpetuity. I think we should all be looking at going back to help with nation building. That's one. 59 years is long enough. I don't suppose anybody's lived here 59 years, but people have lived here long enough for me to suggest that they should start looking at retracing their steps to go and help with our countries. There are big opportunities for the country to be helped to grow. You heard me in the speech, we want peace. Nobody should destabilize our country. The world is looking at us and saying the most stable, the most peaceful. They are saying all the accolades for Ghana. Don't spoil it. Let's go through free and fair, and then let the people's vote count.